I'm kind of like Archie Bunker in his chair, and then I have my other pillows under this, and I just sit like this. Hello. This is part 2 of a video I started last week, and I'm calling it part 2 because I'm wearing the same clothes. I normally change my clothes for every video. It's Black Friday, it's the day after Thanksgiving, I'm fat and chubby and I'm tired and I just had turkey and I don't want to change my clothes again. So we're just going with this. This is going to be gift ideas for crocheters. Some are for people who have just lost their Cro-Jo and they want nothing to do with none of it, because that's where I am. So I thought I'd show you things that maybe will help spark something. If it's not crochet, maybe it'll just get your hands busy and get you out of your head and doing something. I just think we all need an outlet, and sometimes we need a break from what we think is our normal outlet to do something else, because sometimes we just need to do something else. So I was going to show you some different ideas of things you could do in place of that. These are functional things that I'm going to show you. They are weird, but they're functional, most of them. Let's go ahead and get started. Number 1 is this. Some of y'all have actually commented on my rings. I wear silicone rings. It's not because Zach did not purchase a diamond ring for me. Hold on. This is my diamond ring. It's actually beautiful. I don't wear it often because 1, it snags my yarn, or 2, I sleep in it and forget to take it off and then end up with scratches on my face. To solve problems and just to not snag my yarn and get me all feisty and angry and scratch my face up, I use silicone rings. I usually buy just a cheap little bundle of them and get a bunch of different colors, and I change them throughout the seasons. But I found these, and these are my favorite so far. I don't know the name of them. I'm going to put a link to them down below so you can get them different colors and different little things that make them look kind of special. This was under $20. I love it because it's a little bit more than silicone. It's a little extra. It's got this plated something on here and makes it look like I'm married, because I am. Zach didn't like it when I'd just take off my wedding ring and I wouldn't wear it, so he started getting me silicone rings, and then I kept getting them, and I like to change them out. If you crochet and you hate your yarn snagging, try one of these. Now this next thing I'm going to show you, this has really nothing to do with crochet, but you can totally use this for crochet. I use this for when I'm making my videos. I have to write down timestamps for when I change things. I adore this thing, but you can totally use this for crochet, to hold your stuff, to write down notes to yourself if you're working on something, but it's meant for computer work, but you don't have to use it for that. And it's this. You're hearing my markers inside, but this is a glass top. And then right here, it has a space where you can put your iPhone or iPad, whatever you might use. And then you can put something to write with here. It can hold your stuff up, and then you can write on this. And inside here, I have a bookmark for some reason. And it says, I like big books and I cannot lie. I put dry erase markers in here, but this is great for your crochet hooks, pins, needles, whatever you might use while you're crocheting. You could sit this on a table beside you and store your stuff in here, and you just have it close by, and you can make your notes on this. Just erase them when you're done, because this is glass. You can just wipe it off if you use a dry erase marker. But I love this thing, and I think these things come in different colors. Of course, I got the kind of minty green teal color because that's my favorite color, but I just love this thing, and I thought I'd show it to you. Now we're going down the weird train. This is for those of you who are my age, older, you're gonna be old one day. Here is a tip for you. This is one of my favorite things, and I recommend it to everybody that will listen to me and not think I'm crazy. Preparation H. Now, not for what you think it is normally used for. I use it for under my eyes. I have really bad allergy circles, and I need something to kind of lift and take some of the puffiness out of things. Preparation H. Use this on your eyes, around your eyes, for dark circles. Above your eyes is what I use it for. Also, if you have a lot of wrinkles around your mouth and you don't want them to be as noticeable, Preparation H. That's just a little tip for you. Don't ask me how I know about this. Don't do that. Just know that I know about this, and it's a nice little tip for those of us who need tips. Also, I've started getting these weird little rashes. I buy the Preparation H with cortisone cream in it and use it on those too, multi-purposed. I don't get the one that's kind of the greasy based. I usually always use this cortisone version of it because it's less greasy, but it really works well. And if you got an itch, this works on an itch too because it's got cortisone and that helps with itches. Just a little FYI. So this is kind of a weird thing to suggest to somebody to get you, but it's great. You can buy this for yourself, put it in your stocking, and just be so excited you got yourself some Preparation H for your face. Not the other end, but you can use it there too. I mean, like I said, multi-purposed. This is great stuff. I know you've seen these. Everybody talks about these things. It's a Valari. I gotta admit, I love my Valari, but I don't use it the way other people use it. I actually suggest either getting 2 of these or 2 of the Boppies, like the nursing pillows, or just 1 of these and 1 of the nursing pillows. Here's how I need you to think about this. As crocheters, we do a lot of repetitive movement, so we can get injured because of that. And this definitely does help with that. Also, as we're aging, our backs be going out, at least mine is, and this has really helped with my back, and I actually need more than this in my lap. So I put this in my lap, and then I still have a pillow under here and under here. Maybe it's because my butt is big, and so I'm higher up, but I need extra under both sides of this, and so I do that, but then my back starts to hurt. That's when a second one of these or a Boppy comes in hand. You put that behind you, and then you have this one in front of you, and then you have 2 pillows underneath on either side. I'm telling you, you are encased in fluff, but man, it feels good. It's really hard to get up though. Once you do that to yourself, it is so hard to get up, but your back doesn't hurt. You can't get up fast though, if you need to do that. Just a warning. I love the buckle feature. I will buckle, and I learned this from one of y'all. My friend Vicky, she told me this, and I was like, Vicky, you're genius. Versus unclipping it, because if you're chubby like me, you don't want to keep reaching back there because it's exhausting. Reaching back and trying to get these little thingies stuck together, or you can do it like some crazy people who do their bras in the front and learn how to do it that way. It's up to you how you decide to buckle this. I'm not going to get into all of the scientific ways you can do this. Just leave it buckled. Stand up and just walk around with this around you. You look like Saturn. You do look like that. She said it's like her own fat suit. Yes, it is that. But it hides your fluff that's already there. And you can stand and crochet because you got support and it's buckled around you, and you can just stick yarn in here under your boobs and between your belly, and it'll stay there, and you can stand up and crochet just like that. Now, if you get a second one of these and you put it behind, so you have this back one going back there and you have another one coming up here because it just feels better on your back. That's why I do it. It just helps my back. I suggest only buckling one, because if you buckle them both, you're really going to be Saturn then, and it's different pressure. Like you're gonna have one pulling on your back, one pulling on your front. It's not as comfortable. That's why I say do a Boppy either on the back or the front, because sometimes I just flip it around and I don't buckle it in the front, but I still have my 2 other pillows. I'm kind of like Archie Bunker in his chair, and then I have my other pillows under this, and I just sit like this. You don't have to use this just to crochet. This is a very multi-purposed pillow, and you can totally do what a lot of people do and just use a Boppy. Totally fine. I've just found, and it could be just because my boobs are big and they pulled me forward, I don't know, but my back starts to hurt. When I buckle it in the back, it does help. This is a great gift, or a Boppy. They are cheaper. If you're a sewer person and you know how to sew on little buckles, you can totally turn the Boppy into one of these. You can totally do that. Now, another thing that I suggest getting, and I know not everybody's gonna agree with me, I love a yarn bowl. I don't like wooden yarn bowls because they don't have enough weight. I like porcelain, ceramic yarn bowls so that they're heavy enough to not move when I'm pulling my yarn and yanking if there's a tangle or a knot or something, because that always happens. And the wooden ones slide and they're just lighter and they're not as functional for me. I have my pretty little unicorn one here. This one stays upstairs. I also have this one. I crochet so I don't choke people. Save a life, send yarn. Wonderful bowl. Also gives off the right impression to your guests. You come to visit me, you bring me something. If it's yarn, you've saved a life. Possibly yours. This one was actually a gift to me from my best friend. This one I think I got for myself, Amazon. There's so many different types. There's some really cool ones where it's like somebody's face and there's a nose and the yarn hole is pulling the yarn through the nose. I really like that. It's so gross and awesome. There are those for those of you who like to be really different. I highly suggest one of those too. Look around though, you'll find all different kinds. So maybe if you got a new yarn bowl for Christmas, you might feel like putting yarn in it. If you don't feel like putting yarn in it, maybe you'd want to store hair ties or stitch counters. I have one for my travel bag, and then I have one that stays where I'm working downstairs. I love these things. There's so many different kinds. This one's just my favorite, and my kids love to do this while we're just sitting watching TV together. So that part can get irritating if you don't like that. There's digital ones that don't make that sound. I kind of like this because it's not easy to change your stitch count on this. You can even lock it in case you're going somewhere and you don't want it to be messed with, and it'll hold that. If you don't have a stitch counter, these are really great. If you've lost your Cro-Jo and you just need a fidget toy to not hurt somebody, or you're stressed and it's your turn to irritate someone, this. And you just look at them and smile and think paybacks. Have I done that? Of course not. Now this is for my content creators, the people who do a lot of reels, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I don't know. I can barely manage Instagram. Or if you do videos and you want to display your pieces but want to give it a little extra something, there are these. It's like a Lazy Susan, and you can put your piece here on top. Mine has like this little white cover, so if you want it to stay white, it'll stay there, or it's this gray color. You can put your piece here on top. It spins. So let's test it with the Preparation H. And it'll just spin. So you can put your little piece up here. It can just go in a circle and make people dizzy. But it gives you different angles of your item. You can reverse it. It can slow down. It does other things. What those other things are, I don't know. There's 3 buttons here though. That one just goes back and forth. So it'll go this way and then it goes that way. It'll go slower, it'll go left, it'll go right. This is really cute for those of you who do content creations, something like this for your pieces, and you can show them off and stuff. So I think this is kind of cool. Do I use it? Rarely. Why? Because I forget it and there's a yarn bowl sitting on it. That's usually the reason, and I forget it. This next thing I use for my project bags. I love these things, and it's just these plastic bags. They all have a different color zipper. It has this long little thing that I'm sure I could put something on there and tell me what I've made and stay organized on the hook and all that stuff. If you were organized and care about those things, you could do that to this little thing and then just put your yarn and the item you're wanting to work on, or that you're tired of looking at and you want to put it away. You can stick it in this and then hide it somewhere. Like over there, like where I put stuff I don't want to work on because I don't want to do them right now. That's what you put in there, and then you don't have to chase all the balls everywhere or the pieces. It's in that. And you can just have project bag after project bag. And I got a bundle of these. I think they were like 10 or 12 for like $20, something like that. There's all different sizes you can get, or if you just want to use it for other stuff, they're good for that too. Now, if you're into amigurumi like I am, there is never enough fiber fill. It's always a wonderful gift. I'd be excited getting a big old box of fiber fill because I'm always needing that stuff, or to keep your fiber fill hidden so people don't see that massive box that it comes in or the ugly plastic bag. Ask for one of these, a laundry basket, and then you can stuff your fiber fill in here and it looks almost organized. This. And they're gonna think, you really need a laundry basket? Yes. Yes, you do. Double whammy right there. Easy gift. And it's already wrapped. The next thing I suggest is a neck light. Everybody always says neck lights, and it's true. They're very handy. But this neck light is extra, and it's my favorite because it's different than a lot of the neck lights. You see this? There's not the big bump back here. A lot of times the battery charger is back here on the back. and you can't really bend it really well, and your neck will get sore and it gets heavy. This one is different. It's entirely bendable. The charger is here in this little part, and you can change the color of the light on this one. They are completely movable, and I love this neck light. I have the other kind where it has the big bump back here. It was always sliding like this and going down my shirt. Y'all, I don't want what's down there illuminated. That's not where I need the lights. The lights go here, straight ahead or down on my work, not down my shirt. This one, it still does slide some, but I can kind of strangle myself enough to where it stays in position. This neck light is my very favorite. I'll be sure and link it down below. Another thing that's great for crochet people and crafters in general, scissors. There's never enough scissors, especially the tiny little sewing ones. Keeping those suckers sharp is a struggle. You can choose to sharpen them if you know how. I don't. Nor do I want to take the time to learn that. I'll just buy more. Have somebody buy you some scissors. That's a great stocking stuffer. Another great gift for a crafter, somebody who works with yarn or fabric, is Fabri Tac Glue. I love this stuff. I use it for so many things. It's great if you're working for felt and you want to stick something on a piece, or if you're wanting to kind of seal your eyes in. This stuff, and because it's a fabric glue, it's more stretchy than say a hot glue, and this is a quick dry glue. I love this stuff. So glue in your stocking. Now let's talk about things for the crocheter who is just sick of crocheting. Hey, that's me. Some things that I would be interested in as a crocheter sick of crocheting, but I need something to do with my hands, but I don't want it to be yarn and things that I have to count. These are some things that I think that people who've lost their Cro-Jo might enjoy because I like it, and you know, maybe we're the same. I don't know. But ideas. One, puzzles. This is a puzzle called Butts on Things. And it's that. It's different things with butts on them. I got this for my kids last year. I was the only one who enjoyed the puzzle. It does work for people who've lost their Cro-Jo, and maybe not kids, but an adult with a horrible sense of humor. Maybe them. It doesn't have to be a butt on things puzzle. Just a puzzle. A lot of people like those. Or a puzzle caddy, and you can put your butt on things puzzles on those and stow it away when you're sick of that, and you can move on to the next thing, which might be a sticker book for adults. This one is paintings, and you find the number of the sticker and put it on the number on the page. It is both fun and irritating all at once because getting the stickers off of the pages can drive you nuts if you don't have good nails. Hey, I don't have those. This is fun and not all at once, but it's a good distraction. Maybe you have somebody that likes coloring. Maybe they are somebody who likes to color but hates to choose colors. That's the overwhelming part. They get tired of figuring that out. This is a great kind of book for them. It is a color by number book, but you only have a few amount of colors and they're circles. Everything is a circle, and each number goes with a shade of color. You stay in one color palette, you do these 5 colors all through these pictures, and you make the pictures out of circles. It's a challenge in a different way. Also, you need to have really good glasses because some of these numbers be tiny, be itty bitty, so you need fine liners or just good eyes. Good eyes for this. But it is fun if you like a challenge. Let me see. So here's one I've done. I chose these colors. Obviously, wasn't a great color palette. This one I kind of liked. They're kind of neat. I was looking at it, I was like, what in the world is this? Now see, it goes this way. It's her face. These colors were okay. These were gel pens I used. Just a different way to color. Maybe you have a Golden Girls friend. There's Golden Girls coloring books. I'm that friend. I have this, and I have Mad Libs and socks and pajamas, wine glasses. I got a lot of Golden Girls stuff. Say if Golden Girls or stickers or color by number isn't your thing, maybe you just need to cuss. There's books for that. My friends know something about me. I had 2 more, but I gifted them to other people who cuss. You need to let stress out? Cuss word books. They're wonderful. Or there's also ones that are all nice words. If you don't like cuss words, nice words are good too. They're very positive. Sometimes I don't want positive. I just want angry cuss words that have flowers around them. So they're kind of pretty and bad all at once. These I absolutely adore. These are called Color Cubes by Sarah Renee Clark. These you can use for choosing colors for your crochet projects, or if you like to color. I don't know what else you could use them for. Choosing colors is what they're for. That's what you use these for. When you buy these, you can choose to buy it digitally. If you don't want the box, you can just download something that has all of these on there, but your colors aren't going to be quite as true, say if you print that out. I got the digital and I got the cubes. There's 2 versions. I have them both because why not? Each box is full of cards, and these cards have pictures with a color palette on each one, and it shows you the colors that are in that picture. This is mostly used for people who are painters or who do coloring books. These are awesome for that. Or if you do digital coloring, this tells you the digital number, but it gives you the color in case you want to use these in digital art. You can use these for yarn. You can find a color palette that you like for something you're wanting to do, but you just don't know how to mix the colors and blend the colors the way you want them to look. And the other thing here on the back, it gives you the darker shade of the main color and the lighter shade of the main color. So if you're wanting to stay in a hue, it gives you that information here. So it kind of helps you see what the colors would look like together. Like this one's all grayscale. There's so many. You could spend a whole day flipping through all of these, and that can be overwhelming in itself trying to choose colors that way, but at least it can help you round out what you like and what you don't like. This is not sponsored. This is just something I love. I'll put a link to this down below. Sarah Renee Clark has a YouTube channel. She does mostly coloring and all kinds of stuff to do with art and coloring books and stuff like that. Also, I did a video. I made a blanket using the color cards one time. She just saw it, and that blanket was like earlier this summer, but she just saw it and commented to me and she wanted to use it. I was like, yes, you can. She told me to fill out a form on something and I couldn't find that, so I don't know if it'll be used. But I thought that was kind of cool. Me and her are tight. We'll be on each other's Christmas card list for sure too. I doubt that. It's going to be the same with Tony Lipsy. She's commented to me and talked to me, but I don't think we're going to share addresses yet. But one day we'll be there. And the very last thing to show you, because I just thought of this, Legos is another thing to do for those who are tired of crochet. I bought a Godzilla Lego set for my son and he's yet to want to do it. So I'm doing it. I would also like to say this is the hardest thing I've ever had to put together because there's 2 colors through the whole thing. I don't recommend the Godzilla. And it's not technically a Lego set. I think this is like a off-brand thing that created this, and they send you a lot of Legos to make this, and it's made me drink. It's hard. There's so many different kinds of Lego sets that are out there. I just thought this was another good idea to do with your hands if you need something to do with your hands and you don't want it to be yarn and a hook. So there's that. I hope these ideas gave you something to get for your crochet friend or somebody who crochets but they're sick of crochet and they want to try something else, or if that's you and you know nobody's going to get you what you want and you can get yourself one of these things if any of this sounded interesting. Hopefully it was that at least. I'll put a link to everything that I can down below. If I can't, I'll be sure and put it in the description. But thanks so much for joining me and I look forward to seeing you next time here on the Rumi Mill. Bye!